And I'm Stephen, and we're Flying the Nest. For the last 3 years, we've been filming our adventures daily around the world. So if you are new around here, make sure you hit subscribe. Southeast Asia is a very popular destination for backpackers and travelers around the world, especially those who are deciding to head to Thailand and the Philippines. Now last year we spent some time in a little hidden gem which I don't think is on a lot of people's radars. We're here to tell you why you need to head to Malaysia in 2018.
Number 10, explore the city of Kuala Lumpur. Now, Kuala Lumpur is the capital city of Malaysia and probably the city you flew into, and it is well worth spending a couple of days here before heading off and seeing the rest of Malaysia.
Now, this is one of the most pristine and cleanest cities that we've ever been to in Asia, and there's an iconic site there which you cannot miss, the Petronas Towers.
Stephen is obsessed with filming and taking photos of the Petronas Towers.
Now when we arrived, we didn't realise it was Earth Day, so we arrived late at night, looked for the towers and couldn't see them anywhere.
And people say that this is the #1 hotel to see the Petronas Towers, but when we pulled up, we asked them, we were like, why can't we see the Petronas Towers? And they're like, it's Earth Hour.
Where are they?
Felt a bit ripped off.
Like all the lights were off, and this barely ever happens, so we were able to sit in our hotel room and watch the lights turn back on. It was such a cool experience.
I just woke up for the sunrise and I just realised there's this amazingly beautiful park just in front of the towers. So number 9, once you're done in the capital city, make sure you head out into the wilderness. We recommend you go check out Merapoh. Merapoh, I think I'm saying that right. This area is filled with over 400 caves which are well worth exploring, and I think there's only about 85 that have actually been explored. So when you go exploring the caves, you put on helmets, switch on your light, you trek through the water, and then you go into the caves. There were bats, I think we saw some snake skins as well. What's a snake skin doing up there? Why? What type of weird snakes do you have here in Malaysia? It is well worth the adventure, and when you come out the other side, you open up to beautiful pristine jungles. That's pretty much inside the cave where we were just walking through.
Number 8, eat a traditional Malay meal with the locals. Now, the Malaysians are super friendly, and we were lucky enough to be invited twice into Malaysians' homes, and they cooked us a traditional meal. Now, we didn't realise that there were certain clothes you needed to wear when you're going to dinner, so they're called sarong.
Oh, we call it sarong in Australia.
Yeah,
we use the word.
Yes.
And not only the girls have to wear it, the boys have to as well, and Stephen had a bit of struggle putting his on.
Yep, so we had some locals trying to show me how to do it, and I still failed. I should be the teacher.
The sarong.
No!
What
do you mean no?
No, not like this.
Green? But it is such a cool experience because a lot of the local Malaysians, especially if you leave Kuala Lumpur and you get the authentic experience, they eat on the floor, which is quite different to what we do, but they also eat with their hands. So you grab some rice, you mix it in with your curry and you just eat it.
The food is good and you are doing good.
Yeah, he did it.
But there's also all these rules as well, like you had to eat with a certain hand and the way that you have to wash your hand and how you grab food, not over people and stuff. It was so interesting.
It was almost like a bit of a ritual.
Yeah.
Because there were certain rules, but the locals didn't mind. They didn't speak a word of English. They laughed at how we did it. The Malaysians are so friendly.
And the food is delicious.
Makan.
Makan.
Okay.
Makan.
So it's like you hold it like this.
Number 7, make sure you go see the street art and try the food in Penang. Now, Penang Island is just off the coast of Malaysia. It's actually super easy to get to. You can just train it to a local train station, even jump on the local boats to get there. But when you finally arrive in Penang, it is filled with beautiful art that is interactive.
These guys have found themselves a photographer.
I am the one.
If you do like food, which we do, there are so many restaurants there. All the Malaysians will tell you that they head to Penang to get the good food. So when you're there, take full advantage of it.
When we went there, we ended up grabbing a map and it showed you all the places that the street art was at, and then we just ran around the streets trying to find as many as we could.
Also, we saw this guy in the streets, which tops off Penang.
Number 6, go hiking in Bako National Park.
Now, Bako National Park is in Kuching, which is in Borneo. Now, this island is off the coast of the mainland Malaysia, so just keep that in mind when planning your trip.
Now, this national park is a stunning area filled with rainforests, waterfalls, secluded beaches, and wildlife. So to get there, you'll need to catch a boat from Bako village.
Thank you. Thank you. Guys, how amazing is this? We've just stopped off in the middle of this national park and there's no one here.
And when you arrive, there are 16 color-coded trails and hikes that you can do.
But if you have the time, because there are so many trails and beautiful sights to see, try stay a night there. You'll get so much more enjoyment out of it. It's humid, I'm sweating, but it doesn't matter. This has got to be one of the most beautiful rainforest hikes that we've done. Number 5 is go and see the Batu caves just outside of Kuala Lumpur. Now I know this is another cave experience, but this is completely different to the ones in Merapoh. So when you arrive, you're greeted to an incredible golden Hindu statue, and that's just the beginning. $4 Uber ride out of the city, took us about 20 minutes to get in. Entrance is free, you can do a donation because it is a temple, but it's a Hindu temple. So once you climb the 160 steps to the caves, that's where all the fun begins. They've built temples inside of these caves and the architecture is well worth the climb up there. Definitely check it out, especially if you just have a layover in Kuala Lumpur and have enough time to leave the airport. Wow, this looks like something out straight out of Tomb Raider.
Number 4, volunteer with orangutans. Now in Taiping, on an island called Orangutan Island, you can go and volunteer with, I think it was over 16 orangutans. And the reason this place is so unique is that they aren't the ones in the cages, we are. So when you arrive, you're walking through walkways that are covered in cages. So the whole island is free for the orangutans to roam. And this is really cool because we never knew orangutans make nests.
Like nests in the tree, as birds do.
Yeah, and that's where they have their babies. So while we were there, we helped feeding, cleaning, and observing the orangutans. It was such a unique experience.
It's their eyes that get me, Jess.
I know.
They give me
So
like
human.
the puppy dog eyes the whole time. So coming in at number 3 is have that resort experience in Asia. We decided to stay at the Hilton in Kota, Kinabalu, and this is great for those travelers who just want to sit on the beach, drink some cocktails, and enjoy life. There are a lot of adventurous activities you can do at the hotel, almost like a little hub in itself.
Yeah, we went parasailing, we went on a hike, remember, in the morning, and had breakfast overlooking Mount Kinabalu.
It was beautiful. They've got the perfect lookout.
Can you see the mountain?
It was our first time trying teppanyaki, which is like a Japanese dish, but we had that there. And we may have had some cheeky massages. It was great. We actually ended our Malaysian trip doing that.
Yes.
And it was so nice.
They filled up our bath over dinner with some rose petals. Jess!
That's so cool! And number 2, for those that don't want the resort experience, you need to go and camp in the Malaysian jungle. So during our time in Merapoh, we spent a night in the jungle. Now, this wasn't just your standard camping. We were literally sleeping under leaves, basically.
We had to create our tent. So we gathered leaves, built it up. We did bring some food with us. We prepared it with the local river. We made a fire and stayed the night. If the food is done, so that is good news. We totally guessed. There's no oven beeper timer. We don't even know how hot that fire is. This is as basic and rustic as you can get. Just think Bear Grylls in the middle
That's
of the
what I felt
Malaysian
like.
jungle.
I was like an Australian Bear Grylls.
Jess, how much do you feel like you're trekking through Jurassic Park right now? So coming in at number 1 is dive at the Perhentian Islands. Now this is the place we actually call the Maldives of Malaysia. So if you're looking for a cheap Maldives getaway, make sure you head here. We actually had the worst weather when we were there, but we were still greeted with days like this.
Guys, do not travel during rainy season, okay? I think there's only like 1 or 2 months of the year, and for some reason that's when we visited. So don't go during rainy season.
But there are a lot of activities you can do, like scuba diving, snorkeling, you can do kayaking, and even heading down to Romantic Beach.
But while we were there, we actually went and volunteered with sea turtles.
Looking for the sea turtles so we can hopefully ID them.
All right, Steve, go find some turtles.
Did you have any luck?
I found a big leaf.
Now this is an incredible experience to do if you want to add a bit more substance to your holiday. Even if you want to be a tourist and stay on the beach, it's well worth heading there.
So the island is actually made up of 2 major islands. There's Big Island and Small Island. And we stayed on Small Island with the locals, but Big Island is more if you want to go for that
resort.
Yeah, resort holiday getaway.
Welcome to paradise, everyone. We've just caught the little local boat across the island. We've been blessed with some sun. I'm so happy. It is seriously paradise, this island. So that is our top 10 list of things to do in Malaysia. If you are Malaysian or you've been before and we missed something out, make sure you leave a comment below because we want this to be a hub of travelers recommending different things to do.
Thanks for watching, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
A little